Joshua Maddox was an adventurous and free-spirited 18-year-old from Woodland Park, Colorado. On May 8, 2008, he left his home for a walk and was never seen alive again. For years, his disappearance remained a mystery. Despite extensive searches, there were no leads, no signs of foul play, and no clues about what had happened to him. Then, 7 years later, in 2015, a shocking discovery was made. During the demolition of an abandoned cabin just a few blocks from Joshua's home, workers found his remains inside the chimney. His body was positioned headfirst, with his legs tucked up as if he had attempted to go down the chimney but became stuck. Due to the state of decomposition, the exact cause of death was unclear, and no signs of trauma or struggle were found. Authorities ruled his death an accident, theorizing that he may have attempted to enter the cabin through the chimney and became trapped. However, others found this explanation suspicious, pointing out that a heavy metal grate had been covering the chimney's opening and that the fireplace had been blocked off inside. To this day, Joshua Maddox's death remains a chilling mystery, leaving his family and many others questioning what really happened that day. Ashley Zhao was a 5-year-old girl from North Canton, Ohio, whose tragic death in 2016 shocked her community. What began as a missing child case quickly turned into something far more disturbing. On the evening of December 19, 2016, Ashley was reported missing by her parents, who claimed she had disappeared from their family-owned restaurant. The community and law enforcement immediately launched a desperate search, hoping to find the little girl safe. However, just a few hours later, the heartbreaking truth was revealed: Ashley had never left the restaurant. Her lifeless body was found hidden inside the building. The investigation quickly uncovered a horrifying reality: Ashley had been killed by her own mother, Ming Chen, who later admitted to striking her daughter multiple times. Her father, Liang Zhao, was also charged for helping cover up the crime. The case left many in disbelief, as those who knew the family never suspected such a tragic outcome. Ashley's death raised questions about child welfare and the unseen dangers some children faced behind closed doors. Her story remains a heartbreaking reminder of the importance of protecting the most vulnerable and ensuring that every child grows up in a safe and loving environment. Jie Li was a bright and playful 3-year-old boy from Maryland whose tragic death in 2015 left many heartbroken. What seemed like an ordinary day at the park turned into an unexplainable and deeply disturbing event. On May 22, 2015, Jie was found unresponsive on a swing at Wills Memorial Park in La Plata, Maryland. His mother, Ramikia Sims, had been pushing him on the swing for an astonishing 40 hours straight. When authorities arrived, Jie was already gone, and his mother was in a dazed and confused state. An autopsy revealed that Jie had died from dehydration and hypothermia. His mother, who had a history of mental health struggles, was found to have suffered a psychotic episode, leading her to believe that keeping him on the swing was somehow protecting him. The case sparked discussions about mental health awareness and the importance of intervention when parents struggle with severe psychological issues. Judith Perma, a 56-year-old woman from Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania, tragically lost her life in February 2017 in a bizarre and unexpected accident that left many shocked. Judith was known for her generosity, but on the night of her death, she attempted something unusual. She had developed a habit of taking donated clothes from charity drop-off bins. On February 5, 2017, she drove to a donation bin in the early hours of the morning. Standing on a stool, She reached inside the bin to grab items when the stool suddenly collapsed. Her arm became trapped in the bin's opening, leaving her hanging off the ground, unable to free herself. Judith remained stuck there for hours in freezing temperatures. By the time she was discovered later that morning, she had passed away from a combination of trauma and hypothermia. Her unexpected death sparked discussions about the safety of donation bins and the risks they can pose when misused. While her intentions may never be fully understood, Judith's passing remains a strange and tragic reminder that even seemingly harmless actions can have fatal consequences. Aurora Gene Sheffel was a bright and cheerful 14-year-old girl from Oregon whose life was tragically cut short in a freak accident during a fun day at the beach. On March 24, 2017, Aurora was spending time with her friends at the South Jetty Beach in Oregon, enjoying the waves and the fresh ocean breeze. As they played along the shore, they climbed onto a large piece of driftwood that had washed up on the beach. Unaware of the hidden danger, they didn't realize how unstable it was. Suddenly, a powerful wave crashed against the shore, dislodging the massive log and causing it to roll over. Aurora was unable to escape in time and became trapped underneath the heavy driftwood. Her friends and bystanders rushed to help, but the log was too heavy to move. Despite their desperate attempts, Aurora suffered fatal injuries and was pronounced dead shortly after being pulled from under the log. Her tragic death served as a chilling reminder of the unpredictable power of nature and the hidden dangers that can exist even in seemingly safe places. Regina Walters was a 14-year-old girl from Pasadena, Texas, whose tragic fate became one of the most chilling true crime cases in history. Her story is a haunting reminder of the dangers that can lurk in the world. In 1990, Regina and her boyfriend, Ricky Lee Jones, ran away from home, hoping for a fresh start. Unfortunately, they crossed paths with a man named Robert Ben Rhodes, a long-haul truck driver who had a horrifying secret life as a serial predator. Rhodes killed Ricky almost immediately, but he kept Regina captive for weeks. He subjected her to psychological torment, even cutting her hair and dressing her in different clothes. The most haunting part of this case is a series of chilling photographs that Rhodes took of Regina in an abandoned barn. In one of them, she is seen standing in a black dress, barefoot, her expression filled with fear, just moments before she was killed. Rhodes was eventually caught and sentenced to life in prison, but Regina's tragic story continues to be a warning about the dangers of trusting strangers. Amber Bellows was a 28-year-old adventure enthusiast who had a passion for extreme sports. She loved the thrill of skydiving and base jumping, always chasing the excitement that came with it. But what was supposed to be another adrenaline-filled moment turned into a devastating tragedy. On February 8, 2014, Amber and her husband had hiked to the top of Mount Kinnesava, a towering peak in Zion National Park, Utah. The newlyweds were planning a thrilling base jump off the cliff. Amber was the first to jump, but moments after leaping, something went horribly wrong. Her parachute failed to deploy properly. Her husband watched helplessly as she plummeted nearly 2,000 feet to her death. Due to the remote location, it took rescuers several hours to recover her body. Amber's tragic accident was a heartbreaking reminder of the risks involved in extreme sports. Despite the thrill and freedom these activities offer, they come with great danger, requiring the utmost preparation and caution. Yongning was a 26-year-old Chinese daredevil who became famous for his extreme rooftop stunts. Known as China's first rooftopper, he gained millions of followers online by performing dangerous climbs without any safety equipment. His breathtaking videos showed him hanging from skyscrapers, doing pull-ups on ledges, and pushing the limits of human endurance. However, on November 8, 2017, one of his stunts ended in tragedy. While attempting a challenge on the 62-story Huaiyuan International Center in Changsha, Wu lost his grip and fell nearly 300 meters, 980 feet, to his death. The horrifying moment was unknowingly captured on camera, as he had set up his phone to record the stunt. Wu was reportedly attempting to win a cash prize from a social media challenge, hoping to use the money to propose to his girlfriend. His tragic death was a sobering reminder of the extreme risks involved in such stunts. Stacy Conweiser was a passionate and experienced zookeeper who dedicated her life to caring for wild animals. As the lead tiger keeper at the Palm Beach Zoo in Florida, she worked closely with the majestic big cats, ensuring their well-being and educating the public about conservation. On April 15, 2016, Stacy was preparing for an upcoming tiger talk when tragedy struck. She entered a restricted area known as the Tiger Night House, a section where the Malayan tigers were kept when not on public display. In an unexpected and heartbreaking turn of events, one of the tigers attacked her. Despite the rapid response of zoo staff and paramedics, Stacy succumbed to her injuries. Stacy was remembered not only for her deep love of animals but also for her dedication to conservation and education. Her legacy lives on in the efforts to protect endangered species and raise awareness about the beauty and power of wildlife.